video. Today I'll be showing you how I created this card step by step using the Winnie Walter Sparkle and also some gold foiling, how to foil a stamped image. Firstly, I've taken the smaller of the scalloped frames from Essentials Woodry Cutaways and I've cut this out of a piece of plain white cardstock. I'm then going to be using this die set. This is Sparkle and I really love this die set. It's so super cute and it can be used for lots and lots of different occasions, so I'm going to be using this one and many of the elements of this one. So I've taken the sparkler from the side there and I've just placed it on my block. I'm going to be inking this up with some black ink and I'm going to have two of these going off from the side, one of them on this side, and I'm placing it just halfway about, I think, and then I'm going to have the other one coming off this side slightly further up. Okay. Once I've stamped my sparklers into position, I'm then going to take an anti-static bag and I'm going to make sure that the whole of the piece of card is properly covered. Because we're foiling, we don't want any of the foil to stick anywhere that we don't want it, so make sure that's properly covered. When I stamp a foil a stamped image, I use this Wow bonding powder, and it's really fine, so it kind of does stick everywhere, so that's why you need to make sure that you use your anti-static bag. For the bonding powder, to make it stick to the paper, you just use some Versamark ink. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this large image from the Sparkle set, the large Starburst, and I'm going to ink this up using some Versamark ink. I'm going to stamp this on both of the sparklers. One on that one, and then onto the other one. It doesn't matter if they overlap. Okay. Once they've been stamped, you're going to take your Wow bonding powder. You could use ultra fine embossing powder if you don't have the bonding powder. And then once you're finished with that, just tap off the excess. You may still need a paintbrush to get rid of the bits that you don't want. But as this is a sparkly image, I don't think it's going to matter too much if we have some more gold coming off in spots. It might give it more of a sparkly effect. Just move that over to the side. And then, as the same as embossing powder, all you're going to do is take a heat gun and heat set the bonding powder. I'm then going to take my Minc and I've let it heat up onto heat level 3. So I've turned it on and I've moved this light over to the 3rd position, and it will beep when it's ready. It's just beeped. I'm then going to add my piece that I've just added the bonding powder to, and I'm placing that inside one of the Heidi Swapp carrier sheets, and I'm adding some gold foil on top. I'm adding it so the foil faces upwards and it's covering the whole of the bonding powder. I'm then just going to push this in until the rollers take it and it will run through itself. When it's at the other side, it will be, fingers crossed, all beautifully foiled. So it's just going to take a few seconds to come out the other side, and fingers crossed it's worked. So it's just come out of the Minc now, and I'm going to remove the top sheet, and as you can see, it's beautifully foiled. You can see where a couple of the bonding powder is splotched, but see where it's just some of the bonding powder has stuck, I mean, where we didn't want it, but as it is supposed to be a sparkly image, I'm not going to worry too much about that. To add to more of the sparkliness, if that's a word, I'm going to take these 4 little sparkles and I'm going to add these to my acrylic block, just randomly. So, and then I'm going to take some Delicata ink in the Golden Glitz and I'm just going to stamp a couple of these just to add some more sparkles. The sentiment, I wanted it on a strip across the card, but I wanted this to be gold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a white piece and I'm just going to use the same Delicata ink that I used for the extra sparkles, and I'm just going to ink up this piece. And then I'm going to wait for that to dry. I've then gone back to my sparkle set and I've made a sentiment up onto my acrylic block saying "You make life," and I've used the large sparkle. And as I'm stamping onto the Delicata ink, I didn't quite know if my normal black ink would stick, so I'm going to be using some StazOn just to make sure it stays in place, because I am stamping onto a metallic inked surface. So I'm just going to place that onto my gold banner strip. And there we go, we have our sentiment. Now I have my pieces, I'm just going to give my card a bit of dimension, I'm just going to be adding my card layer onto my card blank with some double-sided tape, foam adhesive, and I've just added 3 strips, and I'm going to place that down in the middle of my card, trying to make sure I've got an even border around all of the 4 edges. Again, for the sentiment strip, I've added a piece of double-sided adhesive on there too. And I'm just going to place that down so the strip goes to both edges of the card. Probably should have done this before I attach the sentiment, but I'm just going to add a couple of spots to my card using some Heidi Swapp Colour Shine Mist. So all I've done is undone the top and just splattered some over. I think I'm going to add some sequins too. And to finish off, I'm going to add some sequins mostly around my sentiment, but these are some of the sparkling clear sequins from Pretty Pink Posh. These are the larger ones. I got the medium size and the really dinky small ones. I really love having all of the sizes, so it means you can really play around with them. I add these on quite randomly and in a odd number as well. Okay, thank you so much for watching the video. I really hope you've enjoyed it and have a beautiful day.